Second question. I know you and many other golfers were offered substantial amounts of money to join LIV.
I was never offered any money.
My apologies. Should the golfers who maybe stayed loyal and turned down LIV, should they be made whole financially?
I mean, the simple answer is yes. The complex answer is how does that happen? Right? And that's all gray area and up in the air at the minute. But yeah, there's, it's hard for me to not sit up here and feel somewhat like a sacrificial lamb and, feeling like I've put myself out there and this is what happens. Again, removing myself from the situation, I see how this is better for the game of golf. There's no denying that. But for me as an individual, yeah, there's just going to have to be conversations that are had.
The conversation that Rory is speaking of is a conversation that he needs to have, or PGA golfers need to have with PGA Tour executives. The problem is those executives don't have power anymore. The Jay Moynahans, they don't have power anymore. They're just figureheads now. The chairman of the board, whose name I will not say because I'm just going to butcher it, they're in power now. Although the PGA Tour has more seats at the board, that man has influence over the PIF fund. And so he's in power. They're in power. And they have leverage over the situation. That's just business. Business is about leverage. The PGA Tour golfers don't have leverage. The PIF fund has leverage. And they don't have to pay anyone anything. They already paid out money to the LIV golfers. Now, in reality, what's probably going to happen is certain golfers are going to get undisclosed funds. That's probably not going to be publicized. Probably a percentage of what the LIV golfers got or received. And that's probably what's going to happen, just to assuage the situation. And some certain LIV golfers are probably going to have to pay a fine if they're trying to enter into the PGA Tour or return to the PGA Tour. They're probably going to have to pay a fine. But it's not going to be any sort of big numbers that PIF fund is going to pay out. They already put out the invitations, already offered them. The PGA Tour pros who said no and didn't want to sell their soul, it was the right decision, but it wasn't right for their finances. And so inside, on an emotional level, it was a good decision. On a financial level, it wasn't. But that's okay. But don't expect some sort of reparations. It ain't happening. The Saudis have leverage over the situation. All right, then.